Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We are doing some Spelljammers, Light of Xaryxis, episode 4. We're in the middle of a battle that just started, so we are going to get to the characters. I'll have them let you know where we're at right now. It's I think it's gonna be a good session. I'm excited to see where this goes. But yeah, gonna be very interesting. So with that, we'll switch over and get ready to play. Welcome to the game, everybody. Oh, give me a sec here. Sorry, I made some changes to the overlay, so some things are a little out of whack. Okay, there we go. Welcome to the game, everybody. So, would anybody like to explain where we're at and what is happening currently?
I can do it. So we found out last time that the secret cargo that was on the ship was actually slaves. So we decided that we actually didn't want to keep the crew around, even if they were helpful. We had enough help in the basement, so we decided to get rid of the crew. And then after we did that, we came across another ship and we began getting into some armed combat with it.
Yes, and eventually you guys got close enough where you were boarded. So, with this, we are going to get started.
Now I know you said the squares aren't accurate for like distance between the ship, but are they accurate distance for on the
They
ship?
are now. They are accurate distance now. The ship has pulled up alongside you, and that's how the astral elves were able to board.
Okay.
So, with that, Albus is up first, and he is not here today. So I guess I probably should have opened his character sheet earlier. Where is Albus? Hello, Albus. All right. How many spell slots of shit he's got left? Okay. Not much. Good to know. He's going to use a bonus action since things are much too close to him. He's going to burn. Yeah. He's very close, and he's not going to want to die, so he is going to use a Misty Step. Let's see. I forgot these things are not what we're going to do. We're actually going to change the ships to the map layer, I think. You guys can actually see the grid. All right.
What are the X's? Is that where where we got hit?
Where the fuck did the ship go?
We won.
Okay, that's not working apparently. So, yeah, that's weird, but all right. So he's going to Misty Step. Gonna get up to here, and he's going to drop an Eldritch Blast at the first one he can see here. Oh. All right, and those are both hits. So as combat erupts after Captain Sartell has nicely decided that she was not going to surrender, Albus immediately vanishes from his point, reappears next to you, Cal, turns and unleashes an Eldritch Blast on the nearest one. Doing 10 and 13 is 23. He's going to then move 5, 10, 20 to break line of sight. The plasmoids.
Did you add bless to those two?
Bless?
Yeah, he still has it.
He didn't need it for the attacks. It doesn't add to damage, just the attacks and saves. But not damage. Let's see. This plasmoid, he cannot aim his ballista at you all. This one, God damn it. Okay, well, that stat block fucked up already. Good to know. This one aboard the ship. Measure out. That is... That will... Not. That is a miss. You guys see from the top of this ship a blast of radiant light shoot straight towards one of these new shipmates. It misses, breaking off a piece of the railing. Make one more. Oh, that one will hit. You see this particular sailor suddenly become burnt to a crisp, and he falls to the ground. That one is also not in range. The Astral Elf Commander. This one's still on the wing of the other ship, says, well, if you don't want to surrender, we'll just take you all down. And he leaps aboard. Him do. Does he have... Okay, so he's going to use two hands, and he is going to swing at the other... He raises his longsword with both hands and severs this sailor's head from his shoulders. You see as he swings, his blade suddenly becomes burning hot and glowing. It slices through like butter as his head topples and the body falls over the side. He then looks around, and it seems as though, Isfahan, you are the next closest.
Woohoo.
He steps forward. He points his sword at you. Will you kneel?
No, I'm not your mother.
Okay. All right. He takes 2 swings. 22 to hit.
Yep.
10 slashing and 7 radiant.
Wowza.
His second swing, however, as he slashes in response to your slight, you manage to not get out of the way quick enough, and it cuts straight across your chest. it burns. The light coming from this sword, singeing straight through your armor and somewhat deeply in your chest, severing muscles and tendons. He then raises it and goes to chop straight down. You manage to sidestep it, and it cuts into the stairs, slicing through yet again, almost like butter. Let's see. Commoners. Commoner stops loading up the Mengdal, and he turns to use a short bow. Uh, 17 is a hit. The astral elf spins on this creature as the the arrow bites through his armor. Not deep, but enough to pierce flesh. Swan is going to do the same thing. That is a miss. This one, the arrow passes and lands right at his feet between his legs. He just kind of kicks it, and you see the shaft snap. Arrowhead still buried in the wood. Giant badger.
So do I get to control it? Because it just acts how it would if I haven't given it. I gave it the order to protect the ship.
Then yeah, it would probably attack.
All right, well, it's gonna go for this guy right beside it. It's gonna start growling and charge at him.
All right.
Okay, so I get to make 2 attacks, one with my bite and one with its claws.
Correct.
Do that.
That is a big miss. So it goes to bite, and the elf in the half plate lifts his legs, but your badger's smart. It seems like it was just a feint, because as he lifts his one leg, it turns and bites into the calf of the other. Roll your damage.
How do I do that? Click claws? Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
And then it's going to stay there just like ready to slash it again.
All right. Isfahan.
I'm going to try and hit the guy that just hit me.
Alrighty. That is a hit.
And I'm going to burn a key to try and do a stunning strike.
Okay. What is the
Gotta
DC of that?
roll 14.
And it's con, I believe, right?
Yes, sir.
I ain't no fucking sir.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, listen here.
I mean,
We all remember that dress.
Very fashionable.
Wow. All right, dude. The weird thing is, one of my buddies brought that up last night. He's like, I found my fapping material for the night, and he sent me a picture of me on Halloween. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Nice.
Yeah. That's a no on the stunning strike, unfortunately. You managed to plow him in the face with your fist. And it kind of sends him reeling for a moment. He kind of shakes his head and takes a step back towards you, which you follow up with. What kind of hit would you like, as this one is a strike?
I will do a spinning hook kick to his head.
Yeah, you want to burn another key or nah?
Yeah, I'm going to try and burn another key on him.
All right. That is an 18.
That is also a no. Outstanding.
As
Now that
you-
I've burned. Go ahead.
As as he started to right himself, you surprised him with a side kick, or sorry, a spinning heel kick to the side of the head. He managed to miss the block, so he does take the damage. However, he laughs. Hands and feet. Is this all you have? And to think, one of us would be so weak.
How many key points can I burn in a turn? So, for example, can I do Flurry of Blows still?
Yes, I believe so. I don't think there's any limit. You just don't want to burn them all at once.
Right, hey, I've got one round of goodness before he drops me.
All right.
So, burn a key on
Okay.
that as well.
Fine. Bro, I'm sorry. I am rolling fire.
All good, bro. It's all good. And I'll try and hit him one more time.
Yep. Okay.
And that is me.
You hit him again, this time with a front kick to the chest. He stumbles back just a touch before starting to head back towards you, and you then give him a high kick straight to the jaw through his mask. He kind of like shifts his mask and spits out some blood on the deck in front of you. You are trying my patience. You see, from what you've done, there are several dents all over this nice, shiny armor. However, he is still ready to go. Oh, wait, another on save. Let's see. Oh! And with that last one, as he spits out the blood and looks back to you, suddenly his stamina seems to waver, and he's kind of standing there, brings one hand up to his face mask, and he looks like he's trying to shake himself straight. Movement?
No, sir. That's my turn.
All right, let me give him an icon here. You know what, we'll go with that one, so we know that he is stunned. Astariel.
All right. I'm gonna cast Hex on that poor dude right there.
All right, he has a blue dot representing Hex. And what does he have disadvantage on? Which stat?
Look. I'm gonna say Dex.
All right. All right. That's your bonus action.
And then I'm gonna shoot two Eldritch Blasts at him.
Send it. Both hit. Okay, so it's 13 and... Ah! Do you want to describe that? It is just enough.
As Astariel finished doing whatever she was doing with the ballistas, not accomplishing much, she turns around, just locks onto this poor dude, and just fires off two blasts, one to each shoulder.
Yeah. With each of these blasts, you see the metal pauldrons on his armor dent inwards, and you hear a sickening crack as the arms seem to suddenly sever as they start hanging limp, much more limp at his sides. He gives a scream, and you can see the blood funneling from inside his armor. However, he's unable to move his arms, and he expires on the deck.
So I'm not in the turn order.
Fuck.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I got
move
removed when I flipped
right
my
near
coin.
to end.
No, you got removed probably when I changed your token out. I don't suppose.
Yeah, that's what I said when I flipped my token.
No, when I because I had to delete your original token to make your new token. Give me a sec.
My
See,
initiative was 17.1. Oh no, that's the Badger.
shuck, ragdoll,
19.17.
19. Oh shit. Okay. Add turn. We will let you have your turn now, and I'm gonna put you in the proper place. It was 17 what? 19 what?
19.17.
All right, go ahead. Take your turn. Now that it's
Alright,
late.
so I'm gonna, if I move up to here, I can see off of that, right? I have clear line of sight.
Yes, you do.
So-
One second. Astariel, you can move to here if you'd like. That spot there is a hole from the enemy ship's Magdala, where you were.
Oh, okay.
You can move there, or like you can place yourself wherever you'd like back there, just not on that black circle or black X.
I think I'll go back here if that's possible.
Yep, totally.
Would it have cost an action to scoop up my ragdoll as I walked by it?
I'll give you a free object interaction. I thought you gave it to somebody though. Didn't you give it to that kid?
No, she denied it.
Oh,
I gave
right, right.
her. I gave her a voodoo doll I was making.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't pushing the button. I'm not gonna do anything with it. I just wanted it to be with me, so when it takes its turn, it's closer. So do any of these people down here look like casters? Have I seen any of them cast any spells?
As of right now, you've not seen any of them cast spells. I'm gonna say give me a religion. One of them looks a lot like a cleric or a priest.
All right, so I'm going to use one of my hexes or one of my curses. I'm going to use slur.
All right.
Sorry, I was trying to click it. Charisma saving throw. On a failed, they can't speak coherently until the end of my next turn. Oh wait, actually, but my next turn's going to come up really soon, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So no, I'm not going to do that yet. Actually, having like being where I am in the turn order, because they're not even going to have a turn before. I'm actually just going to cast a spell.
I don't think I actually put the priest in the turn order now that I'm looking. Yes, I did. They will have a turn before your next turn. They haven't taken the turn yet.
It's fine. It's too soon. Like I'm gonna have my turn soon enough. I'll do it next turn. I am actually going to cast. I'm gonna cast a cursed act. So it's a DC 16. And I'm going to cast it on the big guy down there. Do I have enough reach to get him?
This one here.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just check. I don't think stun affects his ability to save against that, but let me just check to be sure. Incapacitated, can't move, speak, only faltering. Sure, automatically fails strength and dex saves. Attack rolls gonna sure have advantage. Be incapacitated. I can't take. Okay, so wisdom would still work. So he will attempt to.
It's correct. Oh, it is wisdom.
Yeah.
I thought it was charisma.
All right, that is a 10. That is a fail.
All right, so he's gonna take he's gonna take 9 damage because I already. And then anytime he tries to attack or cast a spell or anything, he will take 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier damage.
Oh, so he doesn't actually take that yet. He takes that for psych damage once per turn, equal to 1d8 whenever it attacks. Okay, so right now he doesn't.
Once per turn. It's psychic damage once per turn.
Keep
or
reading.
whenever it attacks or casts a spell.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to end my turn there. What kind of action would it take to toss my ragdoll?
To throw something is an action.
Can't do a bonus action. I'm not attacking with it.
Nope.
All right, fair enough. That's it for me then.
Okay, and Astariel has finished her turn. So Cal, you are up, sir.
Cal takes a moment to just kind of a brief second to watch what's happening here between Isfahan and this weird thing. How does Isfahan look medically?
Pretty
Isfahan.
fucked up.
Yeah, you can see like a pool of blood starting to form underneath his feet. His clothes are starting to turn red.
Yeah, so kind of seeing this and looking beyond and seeing the other one fall, he takes a deep, deep breath and gets a second wind as a bonus action. So, one moment. I'll just have to roll it because it's being weird.
Damn.
Oh, baby.
All right, so Cal, you heal for 12.
He's gonna take a big leap off of this and crash down on the deck, position himself to the side, and swing on this big
Advantage.
Slimoid. And he's also gonna kind of say, as he does this, "What, you got to catch your breath?"
Go ahead and make your attacks an advantage. Yeah, it's a hit. Both of them are actually.
Something's going on with my page, so bear with me.
Your age.
My page,
Oh.
and I don't have a rage, unfortunately.
You you kind of get your second win, you leap down and you chop and slash at this creature twice. You manage to get him right between where his plate armor, or sorry, his half plate from his bottom half meets the top, and you dig deep into the spot where his waist would be. You then pull back and you strike again. This one not as strong as you were hoping, but You still manage to bite into flesh as part of his pauldrons loosens. You kind of cut one of the straps, and you dig deep into the back of his arm.
Excellent. He's just going. Cal will end his turn there as he squares up with this thing.
Ragdoll is on your shoulders or in your hand, whatever it is you were doing.
Yeah,
Snorlaxon.
can it slide down the railing? How would that work?
Pretty sure your ragdoll is sentient and can move, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying movement wise, like, because he's not running those squares, would he get any further sliding down the railing?
No, it's still movement.
Since he's on my
He could go down the railing and it'd be fine, but it's still going to count as movement.
So since he can move 20 feet and he's like right at the corner of the railing, I don't know how you would count this. Would he be in that square for 20 feet? Or would him
I'd call that
sliding
10.
off the end of the so then sliding off the end would make him right beside the badger?
Yeah. Well, no, sliding off the end would put him there. That would be 15 feet.
So that's his 20 feet.
No, that's his 15 feet. You picked him up, right?
Yeah.
So he would be in your square, so 5, 10, 15 feet. He still has 5 feet.
So he can cast touch spells, but he moves on his own turn, and I can't cast a spell on his turn. So how does that work? Does he have to like grab onto somebody during this turn? Or if I have him right there and then I cast a touch spell through him next turn, he could grab the person? What are the logistics?
So how that works is like you get when it's where you want him to be, right? Is he your familiar?
Yeah.
Familiars have their own turn? 1 second.
Yeah, but they can't attack.
Yeah, but I thought familiars could just go at the end of your turn. Do they not?
No, I can give them orders, but I'm pretty sure they have their own turn. It says they move on their own.
Hold on a second. Find familiar spell. Rolls its own initiative. Okay. So how that works basically is I believe it has to use its reaction to do that. So you would have to cast it on your turn, and it would use its reaction to transfer that from you to him and then the enemy. If I remember correctly. Give me 1 sec. Let me reread it. I never see anybody do this. It's very useful, but I never see anybody do it. So give me a sec.
I picked some of my spells specifically because my person can cast them, because their spells, like I'm a caster, I would never get that close to somebody.
Finally, when you cast a spell, a range of touch, your familiar can deliver the spell as if it had cast a spell. Your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, must use its reaction to deliver the spell. So it would have to be on your turn, and then it would have to deliver it using its reaction. So, like, it would have to be on your turn.
Yeah, but when it says reaction, so then it wouldn't deliver it on its turn. It would deliver it like
Correct.
if somebody's moving away or something.
Correct. When you cast a spell, it can use its reaction on your turn. So let's say you wanted to use it to do a cure wounds or something, right? You're like, but the person's too far away, but your familiar is right next to him. You could be, I want to cast cure wounds through my familiar, and then on your turn, the familiar would then use its reaction to deliver the cure wounds.
Okay, now I understand. No, that makes sense. So I can do it all in one turn. All right, I'm done with its turn.
Elena says, wait, don't kill them all. Keep one of those ones. And she points in this general direction. Whether she's talking about the priest or the ones that do not look like they're in command, that is up to you all to decipher. We need to know what's happening.
Can I insight check her to see?
Sure.
Oh,
She just pointed in that general direction, but there's a high probability she meant one of the more unseasoned ones.
Okay.
Did I open her stat? God, I have so many stat blocks, man. It's not even a big fight. Give me a sec. All right, so she's gonna go 5, 25. She's gonna get to here. All right, so she's going to attack this one here, seeing that the two of you probably have that more senior commander type preoccupied. Hit, and miss. So you see her rush in, deliver 2 quick scimitar strikes, biting past the armor, finding creases. However, she tries to then stab, and it's deflected by the by a parry. Commoner. Swan drops its short bow and he pulls out a club at his side, makes a strike against the one next to him, which is a miss. He tries to strike at the one here, and it parries with its sword. Oh, this one's gonna be a problem. Okay. Ballistas. Where's the ballistas? Two shots fly out from the ballistas on the other ship. First one is aimed at Shuck. The other one will be aimed at Astariel. Astariel, you have, I'm going to say, you probably have 3/4 cover, so add 5 to your AC.
Who?
Astariel. Just from this attack. So 17, does that hit you?
No, it does not.
All right. The mast next to you, however, takes a massive hit. The ballista splintering this mast. The arrow just misses you. You see it just like pass the side of your head. Sticking through this mast. A 13 at Shuck. That is a miss. The ballista takes out railings on either side of the of you, Shuck, both to your left and right.
Chuck doesn't even look phased. She's just standing there, stone-eyed, creepy old lady staring down at them as wood splinters fly around her.
Oh, how lovely. The priest pulls out a morning star, wing at the next to him. That is a hit. You guys watch as a morning star just slams into this person's forehead. You hear the squish as his brain begins to leak out, and he falls dead. He then turns towards Elena. Rain of Radiance. DC deck save. That is a fail. That's what auto roll. Do that again. 19. What seems almost like mini meteorites rain down on top of Elena as they hit the skin and the clothes. It starts to burn with positive energy, but it burns just like heat as it lands all around, landing on the deck. Small black spots appear where these miniature meteorite-looking bits of radiance fall. She cries out in pain. Kill that son of a bitch! He's gonna burn the ship! And with that, it is Albus's turn. Alright, he's going to... How far is he from these ones? 5. Eldritch Blast goes 120, I believe. Check. Yep, 120. So he's going to send some Eldritch Blasts across to the other ship. Oh. What is there? Oh. You know what? He has Bless.
Albus still has Bless.
Which, even if he rolls a 1, that is just enough. So he's going to shoot at that one. Give me that one and that. That is 14. And okay. One of them dies. You see that as on the other ship, as Albus sends his blasts of the Eldritch type across the chasm between the ships. Both of these blasts hit this creature square in what you can only describe as its head, as it has no face. These gelatin-like creatures. The head just explodes and the body falls to the ground in a puddle. That one is going to start heading over. To this one. And he will begin to reload the ballista with his turn.
Are the two commoners beside me in the tournament?
Yes, they shot their bows. They shot their bows last turn. In fact, I think one of them hit and the other one missed.
Bastards are supposed to be arming the ballista.
Ballistas are at the front of the ship. Those two were loading the Megandel, which is a catapult, and you guys are too close to use the catapult. Sorry, where was I? Ah, right, on our guard. Shuck, first one is at you for 13 to attack, which is a miss. The second one will not miss, however. Two blasts of radiance shoot out from somebody on the top of this ship. Although you dodged the first one, the second one does connect for 18 radiant damage.
Light it burn.
One will come over and he will start loading the other ballista. Shuck, you're up.
Well, this wasn't what I planned to do, but after getting hit by that, I'm going to go to the edge of the ship. And I'm going to ready a fire. Do I have line of sight of who hit me with the ballista?
Yes. That wasn't a ballista that hit you. That was this dude here sending a beam of radiance at you.
That dude? All right, so yeah, that pissed me right off. So I'm gonna go to the edge and I'm going to cast fire.
Okay. So, dex saves.
I want to hit as many people as I can wherever I have to hit for that.
Your fireball will hit everybody on the top of the ship. Okay, honor guard failed. Does he have resistance? Okay. Damn, 32.
Yeah, I actually got some good rolls on that one.
And success, so half of 32 is, do they have it? Not
16.
Yeah, even on a success. Oh shit, I just fucked up. I moved shit. Damn it, why did I delete them? Okay. So they will come up on the next turn order. They will make a move because there's more below decks, but those ones are dead.
Okay, so when those ones got hit with the fireball and died, like an ethereal essence, you can see if you concentrate flows from them into me, and I regain my temporary hit point.
They don't have to have blood, right?
No, it's just anything I kill.
All right.
So then with my, I don't know if I even have a bonus action. I am going to move to a better position. Hold on, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move to here. And that's it for me.
All right. Let me actually check the ballista's health. Because I know they can be destroyed. 50.
That's the second fireball I've hit it with.
Yeah. Trying to remember. I think your last one was a shitty roll, though, wasn't it?
I'll find it while the next person takes a turn.
All right. All right, Astral Commander. He is still. Is he stunned until the end of your next turn or end of his turn?
Till the end of my next turn.
All right. Commoners are gonna drop some arrows. Miss.
No, my last fireball did 38 damage.
Okay, the ballistas are destroyed. Bliss is on this side of the ship. The other side can't get to you, anyways, because they're facing. They could basically do 90 degrees from front to back of ship and everywhere in between, aiming towards starboard, or is it stern? Left side of the ship. I can never fucking remember, dude. Never remember. Sorry, what?
Port.
Port, right. Thank you. That was a miss and a hit. For 1 damage. He just kind of, one of these arrows, one misses and flies past. Actually, it sinks into the already dead body of one of the commoners. However, the other one manages to just skim skim the leg. You see it definitely pierce through the armor, but it came out the other side, and it's kind of stuck there. The guard looks down, rather upset. Badger.
So the guy in between me and him, he's dead. Would that hinder the badger jumping over him to attack that guy?
I mean, he could still stand on it. It would just be rough terrain when he got up, so it'd take
Well,
10
yeah,
feet
I
to get
don't
up,
think
right?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. So it's a badger, so he doesn't even care about the dead body. He's just gonna run right across it, fucking growling, like looking mad. Does his little honey badger roll across the body and jumps and lunges at him.
All right.
So he's gonna do his bite attack first.
Okay.
Was that a hit or miss?
That is a miss.
All right. So then when the guy backs up and he goes to snap at him, he's gonna spin around and slice at his calf.
Okay, so he crawls up,
Oh,
and then he leaps at him. The warrior kind of dodges. The honey badger lands on the other side, spins, and goes to slash at him. And this time, he was ready.
oh no, he wasn't going at the warrior. He was going at the priest.
Oh, at the priest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he goes to leap, and the bite misses. He lands here. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, the priest. That's why he had to go over the body.
Okay. So it then turns and goes to swipe at the priest. That is a hit. They both
Both?
hits. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant the warrior.
No, because I knew I could hit the warrior. I just was wondering what the body would do to him attack. Okay, so then he jumps and gets his bite off, and then while he's biting, just starts slashing.
Okay. Yeah, as it leaps, it grabs a hold of its arm and he yanks him down. Just well enough that it can get a slash across the priest's face.
And then I still have movement.
Yeah, I would say that took 5, 10, 15 feet so far.
I have 30 feet of movement.
So you got 15 left.
So he's gonna kind of roll back a little bit. I would say 2. Yeah, I know that gives you a reaction, right?
It does, in fact, 2 reactions. That is a 15 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Enraged. Ooh. The astral elf priest brings about his morning star and slams it down at this honey badger as he tries to run. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. It slams it directly in the back of the head, glowing as it swings, and the radiance hits the head, and you see the badger kind of go into shock for a second before its head just explodes.
Rough.
And with that, it is Isfahan's turn.
I will attack the guy to my upper right.
Yeah.
Advantage or normal?
He's still stunned. Advantage.
Cool.
Oh my god, let's go. Bro. Oh, that hurts my feelings.
Right? And one more time.
All right, and another 9.
And then I will move back a little bit so that he has to incur an opportunity attack if he chooses to chase me. And I'm done.
All right. You deliver 2 more powerful blows. sending him kind of reeling, and it snaps him out of his stunned. Out of the stun you placed on him. He grips his his long sword. Yeah. Run, coward. That one is dead. Astariel.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to transfer the hex from the dead body to that dude Isahan just attacked.
All right. Still dexterity?
Yeah. And
All
then
right.
I'm gonna hit him with a couple of Eldritch Blasts.
All right, let's see it. Oh. That's a nat 1. All right, let's see the first damage. You will have to get closer, so we'd have to put you, like, here, though. Actually, see over the ledge to get him. But yeah, first one. Okay, you slam him, and it puts him off balance, but you get overconfident. Roll your damage from the natural one, please. Do you have, like, repelling blast or anything?
No, I don't.
Okay. Hey, Cal. In Astariel's overzealousness, she missed her second one. And it slams you in the in your ribs. You take 1 necrotic and 8 force.
He doesn't take the necrotic because he's not hexed.
Right, sorry. 8 force. Apologies.
Okay.
Anything else, Astariel?
She'll see that she accidentally hit Cal. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll kill him for you. Don't worry.
You may respond if you wish, Cal.
Gal just kind of turns his head to the side to acknowledge and continues to engage the fighter and just kind of doesn't even really try to respond that he felt it. Just tries to take it.
Take it like a man.
That's right.
And you may take your turn, sir. Oh, sorry, Astariel. Do you have more movement?
Is it my turn?
I was asking Astariel if she got more movement.
That's all for me.
All right. Yes, Cal? Go ahead.
I realize that I do not have a second attack because I'm level 5, but I need to be level 5 barbarian. So I did attack twice last turn. If you want me to roll and see if that was the damage from this one, perhaps.
Did both your attacks hit last time? They did, right?
Yeah.
We'll count that as your attack then. Do you have any bonus action?
For bonus action, hold on one moment.
Sad I didn't make it to the
No,
cigar
no
shop
bonus
today.
action this time.
All right. And I take it you're staying where you are?
Yeah, he's gonna keep squaring up with this ugly motherfucker.
Actually, he's quite beautiful. He's an elf.
Oh,
Maybe to your race he's ugly? I don't know.
I gotta zoom in on this thing. He looks like a mecha praying mantis freak.
I mean, that's his helmet.
Yeah, Cal calls him ugly and starts fighting. Keeps fighting him.
Oh, shit. Ragdoll's turn.
So my ragdoll is going to use its mimic. It's going to start making the sounds of a baby crying. And like it's not standing right now, it's just a doll laying down on the deck. So I'm trying to distract the people around.
Okay, so basically you want this to basically be what we would call the help action. So, the help action is something that you can do, even in combat. Like usually it's to give somebody advantage and whatnot, which is how this would work. So that I'm going to allow this mimicry to give somebody advantage if he fails to save. All right.
Yeah, what's the range? What would be the range of people hearing him?
It would probably be most of the over the sound of battle. I'm gonna say probably like let's go with 15 feet. So all these
So
ones right
3
here.
people close to him.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see. We got a priest. One elf warrior. So we're gonna call it. So the saved, and we'll say this one here. We're gonna give it a heart, or you know what? We'll give it a lightning. Oops, turn those other ones off. There we go. So that mark means that the next person to attack that one has advantage because it's distracted.
And that's it for the ragdoll.
All right, Elena is going to and knock out this astral elf. So we have 16 is a hit, a 10 is not, neither is an 8. She makes several two scimitar attacks and one dagger. Unfortunately, only one of them did manage to make its way through the armor. He is still standing and ready to fight, though he is bleeding. Commoner that one's dead. This one's going to start making its way up. It's going to have to dash to get to the ballista. So it's not going to get to fire it off this turn. The priest. Seeing some of its allies begin to get hurt. Damn. No shit. He's actually gonna try and make it. Try and get past here and get to here. Commander, don't worry. I've got you. You see the priest place his hand on the elf commander. And he has, holy shit, 8th level version, huh? Damn, that's crazy. You see radiance from inside of this commander's armor start to shine, and you see the blood stop dripping from the cracks in his armor. As he is healed.
He's still cursed.
Sorry, what?
The only thing that gets rid of my thing is succeeding a save or using remove curse.
And which one was that? So I remember.
The accursed act. So if he tries to attack, then he takes 9 damage. Psychic.
Oh, he has. Did it have to be spell, or is it just any attack?
Any attack.
Then give me.
I've already rolled the damage. It was 9. You never because we realized it was on an attack.
You're muffled
we didn't
suddenly.
use- I said because we realized it was on an attack, we didn't use the damage I already rolled.
Yes, he's made 3 attacks though, so you got to give me 2 more rolls. If target doesn't attack or cast a spell in his turn, it can repeat, and he is attacked on both turns. So, and give me 1 more roll.
Give me a sec. It's being annoying.
Yes, each time he's attacked or used his rain of radiance, you've noticed that like his nose starts to bleed and it's getting worse and worse.
Are we talking about the same person? I'm talking about the big guy that was just healed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was on the priest.
No. That's why I was confused, because I hadn't seen the other guy attack. I was just letting you know that your healing didn't stop my spell. But now you have my attacks for if he does attack.
Okay. And no, he hasn't attacked because he was stunned.
No, because he was stunned. That's why I was so confused.
Yeah, I thought it was the priest. You know what? Let's give him another mark. We are gonna do a little skull as well. All right. Albus. Seeing the priest healing, he's going to step forward and Albus is going to drop 2 Eldritch Blasts. That is a nat 1. He has an ally within range or within 5 feet, so that one is going to accidentally hit Elena. Alma, you see another Eldritch Blast come from above you. This time it hits Alma, and I believe he does have Repelling Blast. Can push, doesn't have to. Can push, so I'll say he's not going to push her. Agonizing doesn't have a choice, though. Hey! Same team! Watch your spells, casters! He corrects his aim, however, and hits his target with the second one.
Does he use Repelling Blast on the second one?
He does. Which in that
Yeets him right
direction.
off the ship.
I'm gonna have him. If he can. All right, here goes nothing. That is a 15. I'm going to allow that to succeed. He starts to fall over, but he manages to grab the railing. As he kind of flips over it, he's holding on for dear life. Help me! Help me back up! That one has to dash to get to the ballista. This one is going to step forward in between the two ballistas, and he is going to send a shot. Who's going to be the easiest to hit? Ooh. Isfahan.
Okay.
Hit.
That sounds painful.
Oh, it's going to be. Oh. From across the other ship, a blast of radiance comes flying towards you. You turn in time to see it, but you're not quick enough to get out of the way. It slams you directly in the chest. 21 radiant damage.
Got it. I'm down.
Albus and Astariel, you both hear a thud hit the deck behind you. But he turns his second beam at Shuck. That is a 17 to hit.
Hit.
27 radiant damage.
You sunk my battleship. No, you didn't, though.
Not quite. Yeah, the second blast comes cutting through the space between ships, slams you directly in side. Your clothes beginning to burn away, searing your flesh. That one will dash to get up. Shuck, it is your turn.
Wait, you did how much damage?
27.
27 minus 9. I think I just did that math wrong.
I believe when I looked, it said you should have. I'll change it here because I don't want to say it
No, I
aloud.
did it right. I did it right. Because I had 31 and then minus 18. Who hit me?
You had 31. Are you resistant to radiant?
I had 9 temporary hit points.
You used those when you took that
And
last
then
hit.
I killed and then I
Right,
killed
right,
someone
yes,
right
yes.
afterwards.
Correct.
So who hit me?
Same one as before.
And the priest is gone. He yeeted.
No, he is hanging on.
I am going to use. I'm going to use hobble on him.
60 feet of you. Strength saving throw. Failed save. Target speed is reduced to 10 feet.
Would that cause him to fall?
It would not. He's not flying. He's holding on. It just reduces his, like, he'd still be able to get up onto the ship, but that would probably be his whole movement.
And then can I drink a potion with bonus action?
A health potion you can drink as a bonus action. You roll for it instead of taking the full amount like you would if you used an action. Strength.
My thing just says potion of healing. That's just a regular
Yep.
potion. I am going to drink one.
What is your spell save DC?
16.
He makes it.
Oh, and it says right on it. I guess it doesn't. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, he makes it.
So I roll 1d what?
It is 2d4 plus 2.
Ho ho!
Wow, look at you. So that's 10.
Yep. And then who went down?
It's fine.
I'm going to start making my way towards him as quick as I can. So 5, 10, 15.
I'm going to say in the middle of battle, however, give me a perception to see if you noticed him go down. Because you're literally on the other side of the ship and he's raised above where you are. Yeah, I'll give it to you with 13.
All right, so I'm going to start moving towards him.
All right.
So I get to there. Once you get to the middle where the ropes are, it really fucks up the squares. It fucks up my eyes trying to look at.
All right.
That'll be it.
He has now. Can you post your hex for me, please? Like the overall hex, not any of them in particular. I think you can only cast one at a time.
I haven't casted any.
Oh, the other one was
was
your
a spell.
curse, right?
No, the other one was just a spell.
Right. Oh, you've taken damage. Twice, I believe. I need concentration checks. You have advantage if you have Warcaster. I can't remember if you do or
I
not.
do have Warcaster.
All right, advantage.
And is it a saving throw? Constitution?
Yes. Your first damage was... What was your first damage?
I got hit with the ship. I don't know. The guy from the other side shot something at me.
Same thing. It's the same thing that hit you this time, I believe. Which was... I'm looking for it now.
Doesn't matter. I just got two nat 20s.
Okay, that's your first one. Your second one you have to pass.
Oof.
Yeah, that one, your spell is gone. Because you got hit for 27, so the pass would be a 13. Damn. It's a shame.
Yep, because this will be the first turn he actually fucking gets to attack.
He turns towards Cal. He says, "You risk your life. Pull the priest up." And he seems to be looking at this one over here. But he turns to Cal. Going to you. Two longsword attacks. 20 and 17.
Yeah, both hit.
He slashes at you twice, once coming in low, and then uses the momentum to come up and then diagonally across down to the right. You take 6 slashing and 14 radiant from the first one. Followed by 3 slashing and 15 radiant from the second one.
Okay.
Commoners are going to lose a couple more arrows. Those are both misses. Isfahan, you know the drill, sir.
Yep. Getting there now.
All right. And would you like to share a memory?
No, thank you.
Okay. Astariel. You have watched, you've heard Isfahan hit the ground, and you see Cal and Shuck below you on the next deck. Both looking rather hurt, although Cal seems to be bleeding profusely. Slowly getting weaker. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I'm just looking at like what costs actions and stuff. Istariel's gonna run over to Isfahan and cast Spare the Dying on him.
Thank you.
All right.
And you said it was Cal and who else? Who was bleeding profusely?
Cal is bleeding profusely. Shuck's not looking the greatest either. Honestly, you're the only one who looks good. Everybody else is looking pretty bad, but Cal is definitely the worst.
I'm not looking that bad.
He ain't looking fucking great neither.
Then I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Cal.
All right.
Ignore the necrotic, it's acting weird.
So just 6.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you sure you want to use
And-
Spare the Dying on Isfahan instead of a heal? Just a question. You can do what you want.
Let me look at what I can do.
Cure Wounds is an action, or I do allow 2 bonus actions in place of a like 1 bonus action and then an action, or sorry, a bonus action in place of an action.
Yeah, Spare
Well,
the
just-
Dying doesn't get him up, it just stabilizes him unconscious.
But I only had 1 first level spell slot, so
Got you.
I had to choose a cantrip that would help.
Fair enough. Okay. Movement.
It's pretty good for me. I'll stay where I am.
All right. Just a heads up, Shuck, when your turn comes around, just remember that these X's is collapse spots, so there's no stairs there. It is a literal hole in the deck. Cal.
Cal's gonna continue to engage this guy, but he's just gonna move around to here. That wouldn't, I guess, this mechanics question. I don't think that would impose an opportunity attack because I'm not leaving his space. right?
Correct.
Yeah, so he's just like running around him as he winds up an attack and spins his great sword around with a big chop with an attack.
Okay. Are you chopping at his hands, or are you trying to like chop at him as a person?
Just to clarify, I'm chopping back at the main guy. I'm just positioning myself in front of this guy.
Okay. All right. That is a hit.
And Cal will grit his teeth and chug a potion of healing.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of try to maneuver around him, he thinks he's about to get a free swing, but as he raises his sword, you manage to bring your great sword across in front of you, denting his armor in and biting through in one spot there, opening a new bleed in his gut.
That's Cal.
Ragdoll.
So how does it work? Do I have to redo my distraction?
One of them is still affected. Nobody's actually made. Oh, I guess the commoner made an attack against him, but I don't think he hit. No, he didn't. So yeah, if you want to keep doing that, you can.
So if I made him move, would that undo the distraction on him?
No.
Because I'm so small, could I run under this guy's legs?
I believe your ragdoll is considered tiny, so yes.
So I'm gonna try without him seeing to run under his legs to the other side.
All right.
And then I'm going to redo my distraction. Just give me one second. I just, what noises I can do. I want to try and make it like a creepy whispering in people's ears, like it's to sound like somebody's casting a spell.
All right, and it was a wisdom save, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
DC 11.
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out. All right, so make wisdom and the priest. That's success, and wow, the priest failed. That's fucking wild.
Is he still dangling?
Yeah. Okay. So the priest is the only one that is affected. Seemingly probably because of him dangling in very close to falling into space. Well, this is sad. First one is at Astariel, second one is at Albus. You guys hear the ballistas going off. They both miss.
I thought we destroyed them.
No, not yeah, sorry. You are correct. So instead, what do they have? They have nothing from that distance. They're just simply going to move in front of. Sorry, wrong one. Going to move in front of the honor guard. block incoming attacks. He is going to try to pull himself up to strength. That is a 19. He's able to pull himself up to stand with his legs on the side of the ship and is holding on to the railing.
Does he get disadvantaged? Or do we just get advantage?
You just get advantage. Going to move himself over the side and back on top of the deck. However, pulling himself up was his action. Albus. Huh. Albus is going to do it again. First one is a miss. Second one is a hit. And it's going to send him. There's ropes in the way this time. Let's see. Get a successful deck save to grab on before he gets pushed over the edge. I'm going to say with a 12, no. He managed to actually slip through the ropes, landing over to the other side. He will hold on to the side with that roll, but he was not able to keep himself from going back over the side. Albus is then... Albus have anything to help? Inventory.
You're silent, Blair. I don't know if you think you're transmitting.
No, I'm, did you guys hear none of
my
that?
bad. No. They heard there were ropes in the way. Let's see if you can hang on. And then he moved the character and hadn't heard anything else.
Oh, my bad. So, with his roll that he got, he was able to hold on to the railing, but it was not good enough that he could hold on the rope, so he didn't go over the edge. He is holding back onto the railing, dangling, however. Let's see. Albus is going to pull out his healing potion, and he cannot feed it to Isfahan because he uses action, but he's going to hold it out to Astariel. Astariel, on your turn, you can use your object interaction to take it from him if you wish. Okay, this one is also going to move up into his space so that block incoming attacks from the honor guard. The honor guard steps out and is going to take aim at Elena. With the first one, that is definitely a hit. Oof. 2 blasts of this radiant ray shoot out. One of them manages to hit Elena, and she is not looking good. The other one is sent at Astariel. Astariel, as you kind of reach your hand out, what is your AC?
15.
23 radiant damage. As the second blast hits you, you start to reach for the potion in Albus's hand, and then as you do, you just get slammed, burning in great deals of pain. Back there, and this Shuck.
Yes. So I'm going to do the only thing I can. I'm going to cast a candy blast at the big guy.
Yeah, apparently you fucking are, bud.
Yeah, so I spawn the handful of candy, being like, if you wanted some candy, you just should have asked. And I'm going to do a wind up and like throw it like a baseball player, even though I'm this old lady.
Yeah, this candy, it moves so quickly towards this man. It almost, you almost can't see it as it flies, much like a hail of bullets.
Do I roll twice or you double?
No, that's what the 9 is. It's already rolled your second one. So that is 22. Yeah, as he's looking at Cal, this blasts him in like the back and the side. You see all the spots where it's denting his armor in. It's definitely pushing into his body. You hear a couple cracks as like some ribs break.
It didn't roll it.
Yeah, dude, I see
Did
it.
Oh, okay, I see it. All right, never mind.
Bonus action movement.
How bad does he look?
He definitely does not look great. He's definitely bleeding again from several places. It's kind of like leaking out his armor.
Bonus action. I think I'm gonna drink a witch's.
Give me a second.
For 1 minute after drinking, your spell attacks deal extra 1d4 necrotic damage on hit, which I should have done before attack.
Yeah, that one I'd allow. That see, some of them are actions to take a potion. Some are bonus actions. That's one I think I would allow as a bonus action. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, I fucked up. I definitely should have drank it before I attacked.
You know what? I'll allow you to retcon that. Say you took it. So roll me. It was a crit. So give me 2d4.
So a 3 on the one and a 2 on the other.
Yep. All right. Just keep in mind how many rounds you got left on that.
Well, it's 1 minute, so 10, right?
Yeah. I mean, when your turn comes back round, you'll have 9 rounds. So like, this is your first round with it.
I'm gonna just move 10 feet up. Am I able to climb up? I know you said those things are broken. Is there a spot for me to climb up the railing?
You might be able to. That's 10 feet above. No, it's 10 feet. I don't think you've got the ability to. I guess you could probably jump and try and grab. You know what? Give me an athletics.
Not acrobatics?
No, because it's going to be strength to pull yourself up.
I don't know why it's still rolling advantage. My bad.
With the 12, I'll say you're able to like pull yourself up. But it would still take the 10 feet of movement.
Yeah, that's fine, because I only moved 10 forward to get there and then 10 to get up. So now I'm there. That's it.
All right. Astral Elf Commander. He's going to Hmm. Yeah, he's gonna try to get to the priest before you decide to fucking drop him. So he's gonna try to push you to the side, Cal. Contested athletics, please. You guys kind of like wrestle back and forth with each other a bit before you kind of put your sword between you and him. And you put your hand on the broadside and push him back away. So as he tries, he was trying to get
Not
there.
happening.
So he would have got to there. That is going to take his action. Two more short bow attacks. Both are misses.
What time of day is it?
I mean, you're in space. But by the astral clock, if we want to call it that, it's probably around 4, maybe 5. No. It was around lunchtime when the attack happened. You guys wandered for a few hours. Now it's been more than an hour, so it's probably around like 7 o'clock.
So dusk, you would say?
I would say no. You guys were like in summertime. Like dusk doesn't happen until like 8 o'clock in summertime.
All right.
Isfahan, you know the drill.
Yep.
Oh, never mind. You don't have to roll. That you spare the dying.
Question: if I rolled and I rolled a 20, would I get back up?
No, because you don't get to roll anymore once they use spare the
Oh.
dying.
Well, never mind. I'll fuck right off.
Do you want to share a memory though?
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Astariel, after taking damage, Albus is holding out a potion.
I'm gonna take the potion from Albus and give it to Isfahan.
All right. That is an action to feed it to him, and since you are the one doing it, you have to roll. 2d4 plus 2. Make sure that is gone from his.
Didn't you? Well, didn't you say if you use a full action, you just get the full benefit?
Not when you're feeding it to somebody.
Fair enough.
Bro, why does your mic
So
keep changing?
That'll be 5 healing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna use my bonus action then to cast finger guns on the guy I've hexed oh so long ago.
Oh, that's right. You're concentrating on hex, aren't you?
Is it concentration? Or
Yes.
does it work? Yeah.
Concentration save.
Is that Constitution?
Yes, it is. Do you have Warcaster?
Maybe.
If you have Warcaster, you have advantage.
I do.
Okay, advantage. Fuck yeah. All right, you definitely held your concentration. Throw that damage, baby. Holy shit!
Damn.
Let's fucking go. Roll that damage. Okay. Holy shit. All right, so that is 12. Makes 21, 28. Oh, he is looking so rough. As you hit him with this this blast of force, you see the back of his helmet dent way in. blood starts to run down the back of his neck in the spot you can see between his armor and his helmet. He kind of stumbles, and you see he's having problems holding his sword and keeping his feet up. Or keeping his sword up and holding his feet.
Giggity.
I gotta cast that spell more often.
All right. God damn, let's go. I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to get fucking worried.
You're not the only one.
Movement.
This little wall right here, does that extend upwards? Is it like something I can get behind?
No, that that was the railing, which is mostly gone from the attacks. That's how Shuck was able to get up.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just stick to where I am.
Would the boat right here offer any cover, Savage?
I think he muted himself accidentally.
God damn it. The boat is you would have to get low to be able to get cover behind it, which would basically mean the same thing as prone. So it would take half your movement to get up. However, the mast is still here. I mean, it's splintered in a couple spots, and there is a ballista bolt through it, but it could break line of sight. It's up to you.
I'll just stay put next to Isfahan, who's not looking so great right now.
All right. Cal, you're up.
Cal's just gonna keep swinging at this the tall elf. And he's gonna pop his astral spark.
Enables you to mystically access spark of divine power, which you can channel through your weapons. When you hit with a weapon, you can cause the target to take extra force damage equal to your proficiency bonus. That is a hit.
You there, Savage?
As you get ready for this next hit, you hear the commander shout, "Back to the ship! Back to the..." And would you like to describe what happens as you connect?
Yeah, with like almost like a bit of a flash with force damage too when it hits. The blade digs into the neck and kind of doesn't sever the head, but just really cleaves into the neck and clavicle bone. And then Cal pulls it out with a slice.
You can see the mouth still moving as if he's trying to continue talking. However, his head kind of like lolls far to the one side. So it's almost at a 90-degree angle as he continues to try to talk before his knees give out, goes down to his knees, and falls into a puddle of his own gore.
Cal will turn and look at the rest of them here and just say, "Get the hell off this ship if you want to keep breathing."
Elena looks up from her kind of hunched over position, kind of favoring one of her arms as she holds it close to her chest. "We still need one of them. We need to find out what's going on."
Cal will nod with one head down, understanding the assignment. A bit lost in the battle before, but that will be his turn. No bonus action.
Ragdoll.
So my ragdoll can't physically attack because it's a familiar. Logistically, is that guy still hanging off the side?
Yep, nobody's touched him yet.
Would my ragdoll be able to just pry his fingers loose or jump down onto and hug his face?
I would say that like it could probably try and hug his face. Because both his hands are busy trying to keep himself from falling off, which would give it the same, basically a help action, giving somebody advantage if they want to attack him.
Would they not already have advantage?
Depends how they went about it, really.
All right. Well, I want to try and have my ragdoll slip through and jump onto his face.
All right. He is going to occur one attack of opportunity, though.
All right, even though he's tiny.
Yeah, he still takes the attack of opportunity. Yeah, that's going to do it. The ragdoll is, as it tries to run in between legs, the warrior manages to get a slash off with its longsword. It pierces straight through it to the deck, and then the ragdoll just disappears. It looks up as it does this. You heard him! Back to the ship! Elena has dropped her dagger, favoring her arm. She walks over, tries to cut the man's wrist from his body. Here's Elena. Ooh, 24. Slashes into one wrist, and his hand slips from the railing. He's barely holding on. And she said, like he said, get the fuck off my ship. She takes her next slash, and that is a 17. That'll do it. He loses his grip, and he begins to fall, disappearing. She then looks to you, Cal, and looks at the warrior to her right. Do your thing, and she backs up to make room between the two of you. The warrior looks at his ship, which unfortunately for him, there is ropes in his way. Gonna stay there. Albus. Albus have anything else he can help y'all since y'all are so fucking hurt?
One of the guys on our ship isn't in the turn order either.
Who?
The one up by the dead commoner at the top.
Holy shit, he's not. I mean, if you'd like, I think we've had about 4 turns. I could always have him make his 4 turns of attacks.
I only noticed it because like I wanted to cast something on him. So I was wondering when in the turn he was.
I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't know the actual turn order anyways. Oh, he had 2 potions of healing. He had them in his inventory twice instead of having one, or having it in his inventory with a 2 next to it. So he is he's actually gonna go feed that to Astarion as well. Astarion, you get another 9 HP.
You talking to Stariel or someone else?
Isfahan, sorry. Isfahan. Apologies.
Oh, thanks.
The honor guard. He is going to move through, and he is going to take 2 more shots. Try and give them some suppressive fire. First one is going to go at Cal. 18 to hit.
Hit.
17 radiant damage as you get blasted. The second one is going to go at Albus is the closest. 19 hit, 12 damage. You will move back. They're going to block incoming attacks. Shock.
Yes. So after hearing the captain say we want to take one of them alive, and seeing her making way for Cal to take out the one near her, I'm going to cast Hobble on the one that I said wasn't in the turn order.
Okay. I don't know how the fuck he got kicked out of the turn order. Out of turn.
Strength saving throw.
Oh my
Failed
god.
Save. You can only move 10 feet until the end of my next turn.
None of them are in the turn order. That makes so much more sense. I think when one of them fell off the ship and I deleted them, I think I had them all in the same turn. That's why. So they haven't been doing nothing for like
It's
2 or
only
3
been
turns.
like 2 turns, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been staring at our amazingness.
So strength saving throw.
It is. That is a 15.
Mine's 16.
All right, then he is at the speed of a snail.
Yeah, so when I see that my spell worked, I'm going to yell down to them. Once you take out the one right beside you, Cal, I've incapacitated the one right to your starboard?
Back of the ship is the
Stern.
Aft.
aft.
Yeah.
There you go. Leave it to the
Once you
military guy.
take
He'll
out
know
that
this
one,
shit.
the one to your aft has been severely incapacitated. And that'll be it.
All right, this is where we're going to put the elf turn. This one is going to get here, and he's going to climb onto the ropes, but that is his speed. You can see he's getting ready to jump. He will not be able to do it this turn, though. Actually, he might be able to. Speed is reduced to 10 feet to the end of the next turn. Okay. He will actually be able to, because he can still use his dash action. He gets up and he jumps. He does make it. This one is going to attempt to move as well. However, he's going to leave Elena's area, which means make an attack. An improvised attack, so...
How did he get that far? He can only move 10 feet.
He has 10 feet of speed. But you can dash, which doubles the amount of speed you have, right? So if he's got 10, he can dash to do 20. Using his action. Plus strength, which is 2. She grabs a hold of him. She grapples this this one here as he tries to leave her area. Gets to make his attacks at disadvantage. He's going to try to break her grapple. So it's going to be contested athletics. Elf. Ooh, she's got to roll good on this. She does. She succeeds. She holds on to him. He's not getting away. Commoners are gonna 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. They're going to dash to continue to try to hold him, block his way. Isfahan.
Crap. Took my spot, man. I will use half my movement to rise. 10 feet of movement to get to there. Bonus action with the astral step to... Shit, hang on. To... Fuck balls. To there. Over the dead body. And then I will attack him using non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Do I have advantage because he's grappled or no?
No. Wait, 1 sec.
It's all good.
Also, grappler is incapacitated. Can't take actions. Action.
And I need to clarify something if I can.
Yeah.
I just posted martial arts, and it says if I take the attack action as a bonus action, I can attack again. Does that mean I get 2 or 3 on a turn?
Master combat, I use unarmed strikes, monk weapons, which sorcerer. Gain the following benefits: unarmed or wielding only monk weapons you aren't wearing. You'll use dex instead of strength or attack roll and damage rolls. Unarmed strikes, monk weapons. D6 in place of normal damage of your unarmed strike or weapons. Yada. Attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn. You can make one. So you get extra attack as a monk at this level, correct?
Yes.
So then you can use a bonus action. So if you don't have any key to do flurry of blows, then you can still make 1 attack as your bonus action.
Got it. So total 3. Got it.
Yeah.
And we decided no advantage on the grapple, right?
Right.
So I'm going to attack him using
Actually,
non-lethal damage.
I think that's a dumb roll. I'm going to give you advantage.
Okay.
If he's grappled, he's being held.
Well, I'm going to try and work him over using non-lethal damage.
Send it. Yep. Yep. And yep. Do you want to describe what this looks like as you, like, suddenly appear next to him and start beating the fucking tar out of him?
That's exactly it. Isfahan just appears next to him and starts punching him about the face and head until his head lolls off to the side, bloody and battered.
Okay. So, we can continue with the turn order if you wish. Because your ship is not going to be able to keep up with their ship. So they're going to start flying off at the end of the turn order. So unless you guys want to try and board the ship, we can end the combat there.
Cal has no intention of boarding the ship. He's putting on a brave face, but he's feeling it.
Okay. And Astariel, are you planning on doing anything? Or are you going to let them...
I am not planning on boarding the ship.
Okay. Did either of you want to pop your attacks if you got any? I mean, Cal, the dude next to you is unconscious. And if you're not
No.
boarding... Okay.
Cal will just raise his sword and look mean.
All right. Astariel, do you want to pop any last moment attacks?
What's this dude got going on?
He is slowed, but he got onto the wing of the ship.
Would this be like taking a turn where I can do an action and a bonus action? or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
something
because
else?
we do still have, like, you still have a one more turn before the end of the turn order. So, I mean, at the end of the turn order, the ship's leaving. So if you want to take some shots, by all means.
I need to measure something real quick. I'm gonna walk here, use my bonus action to transfer the hex onto this person all the way over there. And it's within 90 feet.
It is.
And you said I could do 2 bonus actions in lieu of an action?
Hold on one second. I forgot. You're the one focusing on both. Are you focusing on both Bless and Hex right now?
Is Bless is concentration, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Bless happened first. So
So no
Oops.
Bless for like half of this combat, you mean? Okay. All right, but yeah, you transfer your Hex.
and I'm gonna shoot finger guns at it.
All right.
I actually don't think finger guns has the range. I'm just gonna shoot 2 Eldritch blasts at it.
Fair enough. He does have like 3/4 cover. Miss and hit. Okay. Yeah, you land one last hit and manages to get in between these enemies in front of you, or in between you and him. The second one does, and you hear the "Ugh! Get us out of here now!" And with that, the ship begins to take off. As you all look around, you see that you have sustained a few losses. Elena has let go of the body that has fallen to the ground unconscious. She begins to walk away, limping, and she says, "Bind him. Take him below." And she suddenly faints, passes out from the pain. And at this point, we are going to take our 10-minute break, everybody.
Okie doke.
Cool.
So we will be right back, everybody. Go to the bathroom, get your drinks, have your cancer sticks, what have you, and we'll be right back. And we are back, everybody. Welcome back in. If you're just joining us, we it was a rough battle, but they won. They chased off what was left of the Astral Elves ship, and they have captured one of them. So we're going to pick up there. Welcome back, everybody. So, as battle ends and the moth-like ship takes off with only a few of its passengers still alive, you guys have captured an Astral Elf warrior. Elena has collapsed on the deck, and there are 4 bodies of the sailors upon the deck of your ship.
Do we still have the body of the elfin commander?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Well, unless no one's objecting, I'm going to try and tie up the guy we still have captured.
It. Yes, very well. Give me a survival check.
Bless is over. Let me turn it off.
23. Yeah, you're pretty sure hog-tied the way you hog-tied this guy is going to work. That'll take you a couple minutes to do. But the rest of you, what y'all doing?
Gal's sitting down. He's gonna sit by this guy tied up and just try to take a breather. He's feeling pretty spent.
All right.
I want to check on people and see who's alive, like, and that goes for the people underneath too. So, like, once I've checked the people up here, I want to move on to make sure everyone underneath is good, considering we had a piece of our hull blown out.
All right. Well, your entire squad looks very hurt. You actually look probably the best out of them all. However, they are all still awake and breathing. The captain, Elena Sartell, is collapsed on the ground.
I don't have any healing things. What would I do to help?
I mean,
Can I roll for medicine or something?
so your medicine check would just find out what is wrong with her, which it's pretty obvious. She's taken several bad blows. What the hell? I'm sorry. Hold on a second. That's weird. That is not music that should be playing right now. I don't know why, but it just started playing a metal song out of fucking nowhere. All right, let's go with that one. That works. Um, give me a wisdom check or intelligence, your choice.
Like just straight wisdom or
Mhm.
intelligence?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
stupid like a fox.
Your best bet would probably be to get her below deck and see if anybody can help. Unless Astariel's able to do something.
Does anybody have any healing that they could help with her or help me get her below deck so we can tend to her? We can't lose our captain.
I can spare the dying her.
Yes, I was just gonna say, is she stable?
Would I be able to tell if she's stable? You said she's unconscious.
Either one of the two that are next to her, Shuck or Astariel, you guys can either both do your own medicine checks or one of you can have advantage.
I mean, I could also just hold on. I need to check something.
I'm not very wise, so I'll give you advantage if you're a wise wizard.
I mean, yeah, I can do a medicine check.
All right, Shuck's gonna help you. You have advantage. Good thing about that. Yeah, you could tell by her body, the hair that's burned off, the holes in the clothes from all the radiant damage, the burns on her skin. She's probably in shock. Like you can check and you see she's still breathing. She's just out cold. She definitely needs some help, but she is alive.
From the tour we had earlier, was there anywhere on the ship that would have like alchemist supplies?
I'm gonna say no. You do know where the captain's chambers are, however.
Help me get her down below, and we'll see what we can do for her.
Sorry, it's not below deck. It's actually through door here. So, guys, there. Albus is gonna come down, and he's actually gonna go check on his youngins. He's gonna go all the way downstairs.
And before I'll go below decks, I'll search the bodies of the people that we killed.
All right.
I want to call out to him. If you find any potions, hurry back.
Will
She's
do.
not looking good.
So, it's gonna take you a couple minutes to search bodies. But we're gonna deal with the first. You guys make it in through the door. Shuck and Astariel, you guys are able to get her through the helm room, and y'all can give me an insight. Both of you can give me an insight on Flapjack.
You brought Cal and the commoners with us, though. Who's
Because
guarding the prisoner?
That's where the prisoner is. This area here is the main deck. The only difference between here and the one above is that, like, this stuff here, like these rooms, this is what is below the, like, very top area. So right now you guys are not actually below deck. The door was basically, I'll show you where the door was on the other one.
No, I get you.
Yeah? Okay. So you guys can Chuck, you don't even notice. Astariel, even with though his strange eye stalks protruding from this almost jellyfish-like body. Most people wouldn't be able to tell, but you can tell that he is worried, and in fact, you both hear in your heads. You didn't do that to the captain, did you? What's wrong with her? Is she okay?
If we did this to the captain, we would not be escorting her down here to a comfy bed to try and help her. Is there anything you can do for her?
He kind of he reaches underneath of him and he pulls out a key, and with one of his jellyfish like tentacles hands it to you, Shuck, since you were the closest. Her door shut, but as you open the door, you manage to get her inside and lay her on the bed.
I lay her on the bed properly.
Yeah, I was trying to turn her around. In here you can see that there is a she wasn't wearing her captain's hat. It's sitting on the an armchair in the corner of the room. There's a diary on what looks to be a diary or a log of some sort on a bedstand next to the bed, and at the foot there is a chest. But you lay her on the deck, or sorry, on the bed, and you hear Flapjack the Flump in both your heads. Maybe somebody downstairs has some sort of a healer-like ability, or even just a doctor, maybe.
Good idea.
In fact, as you mention this, or as he mentions this, you hear footsteps drawing close. You hear a kind of a knock from a couple rooms over. Hello? And she's kind of like shouts as she notices Flapjack. I'm told somebody here is hurt. They need a doctor.
Come in.
Oh my. She doesn't look so good. The person walks over to the side of the bed, holding what looks to be a medical bag. All right, I think I'm gonna need some help here. Any of you handy with medicine and doctoring?
I'm handy with
I'm quite
alchemy.
proficient at it.
Perfect. These burns are bad. We need to deal with some things. All right. She starts giving orders, and after, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna take you guys like a good hour of like having to remove what's left of her clothes and get her comfortable. Start putting gauze and bandages all over her. So that's, she steps back, says that's about all we can do for right now. We might have to wait a day or two. Unfortunate. I do hope she's gonna be okay. I'll stay here and look after her. I've got nothing better to do. My family's all gone. And she kind of like puts her head down. Sadness.
We thank you. Do all you can. And I'm gonna step out of the room if they don't need my help.
All right, well, that's going to take you guys about an hour. So before we do that, Let's get to Isfahan. Isfahan, you and the two commoners left on deck start to go through their pockets. The elf warriors really don't have a lot on them. Isfahan, give me an investigation, please.
Fuck me.
Yeah, you don't really find anything on the
I couldn't find my ass with both hands.
no, it seems like it. Second. Oh no, the Star Priest, I forgot he fell off the ship. About the other one. Nope. I mean, his weapons are kind of interesting, but give me an Arcana. They don't seem to have any magic to them. And other than being a formidable fighter, he doesn't really seem to have anything else on him either. You are kind of, as you remove his helmet, however, you are quite surprised at how much this particular astral elf looks like you.
Like familiar resemblance or same race, same gender?
What age were you taken again?
7?
Give me a flat history. You've been gone a long fucking time. He does have some familial resemblance, but you can't put your finger on it. You're not sure if he's direct relation or if he just simply looks a lot like you.
We all look alike. Okay, well, I'm going to go down below because in character I have no reason to believe that anything he has extraordinary value, which really sucks.
To be fair, the weapons actually didn't have any magic on them, even with your roll. They were blessed, but that doesn't last very long.
Well, I found no potions, so I'll report back to the rest of the party that I found no potions on any of the bodies.
Okay. Cal, you were still dealing with the prisoner at the moment. So after about 10 minutes of searching, yeah, you can kind of report. You see them in there working on Captain Sartell. And then you said you're going below deck?
Yep.
Not you, Isfahan.
Oh yes, I'm going below deck. Sorry.
All right, so you hit the stairs. Go to here. So, do you want to go all the way to the bottom, or you hear the voices of some of the commoners? Would-be slaves. Here, or you can continue going down further.
Yeah, I'm good where I am. I'll just pull up a chair and relax, I guess, and try and recover.
Getting into the area, and you don't really find any chairs down here, but you do find some bales of hay in the corner next to a trough of water. Around it during the battle, some of the water has spilled out. However, there's still plenty left. You can relax for a moment and get yourself a drink. Cal, what are you doing with the warrior who is still unconscious?
Just keeping an eye on him, and will search as well. Just in there, just kind of look through the pockets to see if there's anything obvious.
Okay. There is nothing on these on this particular one. You see his weapon, a pretty regular longsword.
I want to like check out the creature. It's like a like what is it? What is this thing?
What, the warrior?
Yeah.
It's an astral elf.
Okay.
You would also know that that was an astral elf ship as well that you just fought with.
I'll look it over and like I'll have a curled lip and just be like, "Ew, these things are gross." And then I kind of look over my shoulder to make sure Isfahan's not near me. Like, ooh,
One of the Isfahan was gone by the time you like actually sat there, able to go through his pockets and whatnot. However, a couple of the commoners are still on board, and one was a little close. He was actually headed your way when he heard that, and he kind of chuckles a little bit. I don't know, man. Tell you the truth, I mean, one of those astral elf females offered up a little bit. I can't say I would turn them down.
Cal will look at him and just kind of scoff and say, "No self-control," and then just go back to working.
He laughs. Sure I do. Got plenty of self-control. After all, if woman offered it up, I'd probably say no. He chuckles as he starts to head off a little bit, and he stops for a moment. He looks back. What should we do with all these dead bodies?
Throw him overboard.
I mean, he kind of looks towards some of the other ones who had volunteered to help, and he says, maybe just the attackers, huh?
The others can be put in a more secure location where we can find a spot to offload them, but we can do a burial at Astral Sea if needed be, and send them off with regards. It's still a respectful way to go, but I understand the hesitation. Let's throw the assailants over and package everyone up. We'll see what else we can do.
I can do that. Him and the other one get to work and start lifting bodies. They get done with the attackers, and they start to lift up the other ones, and then one of them pauses. Maybe before we take them downstairs, we should let the people know in case they have loved ones. You overhear this. The other guy kind of nods, and he's like, I'll do it. Isfahan, you've been railed with questions from a few of them. The rest of them, however, knowing that you are an astral elf, they've avoided you. However, those three in the corner near you, they begin throwing questions as soon as you sit down. What happened? Are we safe now? Like, did we win?
We were boarded, yes and yes.
Okay. They kind of calm down, but the other ones, not overhearing this, they kind of whisper amongst themselves until one of them come down. You hear the steps coming down, and the whisper suddenly subsides a little bit, and you hear him. Does anybody have family members of the did any of your family members go up top to help with the ship? And you see one woman raise her hand. She's sitting there next to she's kind of holding a small child in her arms, probably about 8 years old. Humans. She kind of raised her hand. What was his name? Jebediah? He takes his hat off and he kind of like holds it over his chest. I'm very sorry to tell you, and before he even gets the rest of the sentence out, she breaks down into tears. We did win. We did sustain a few losses. Our captain's in a bad way, but I believe I heard her last instructions to head to Rock of Brawl, so I don't know if our navigator has changed directions or not, but I think that is probably where we are going. We're gonna bring the bodies down. I think we'll probably put them in the low deck so that we can maybe prep them for some sort of funeral service or something. I'm very sorry. And he abruptly turns back and heads upstairs.
Last session, didn't we tuck that orphan girl into the captain's bed?
No, I think she went further down below with the rest of them. Because at the end of the session, oh, that's right. She did get put somewhere. No, I think she went into one of the other rooms at the side.
All right, just checking.
Oh, that's her there. Actually, she's down in the crew quarters in one of the hammocks. That's right. The next deck down.
All right, when I'm not needed here anymore, I'd go check on her.
You still got a little more while in there, but well, we'll get to you guys before long. That are helping the captain. He comes back up, Cal, and these two begin to take bodies down. What would you like to do now, Cal?
Well, Cal would be probably pretty hungry, but he's just going to be trying to be helpful until there's some sort of eating, and he's pretty bloodied up, so he's kind of dragging around. He tries to clean off his sword and some of his gear, and just tries to stay useful. Helping with some of the wounded and helping on deck as well. He's very seasoned in using a ship, so can help if there's any space needed up top.
You were wanting to do, or sorry, you were sitting with the prisoner. Did you want to take him somewhere?
Yeah, for sure. Like, kind of with that, if there is a more secure spot, a holding cell or something, definitely would want to bring them there, and then like have someone posted watch just to make sure there's no funny business. But if there is something like that, yes. Otherwise, I will just probably retain watch on him and do the same. Just gotta stay around that area.
Well, during your tour, you did see a place that might be very well suited for that. You head all the way down with this elf, kind of dragging him by the collar, and get to the bottom, and you see Albus conversing with his stepchildren. It doesn't seem to be pleasant. Albus looks... Give me an insight, actually. Albus seems to be very proud of how things went. Though also a little bit sad seeing some of the new crew members die. However, the children, being teenagers, don't really return his feelings of pride. He doesn't seem to really notice as he goes on about helping and defending the ship. But you find a room here, and you're able to drag the warrior into this room. You do notice that there is a latch on the outside. So you kind of just throw him over into the hay, walk back out of the room, shut the door, and throw the latch over it. Albus notices. Oh, see? Look at that. He brought our prisoner down, locked him in a room.
Yeah, I need to make sure he stays secure while we figure everything out. And then he's going to just examine the door and the lock to make sure everything looks good.
The lock is pretty rudimentary. It's really just a latch. But it would take some force to break the latch. However, you do see plenty of crates and barrels in this area. You might be able to blockade it off so that he can't break the latch.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna add some more stuff around just to make it a little bit harder if there was any attempts. And then he'll mention to some of the commenters here to make sure that they keep someone here, and he's gonna be back to keep an eye out as well. But he'll reward someone a gold piece that they can split between whoever wants to help watch the door.
3 of them put up their hands. I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
He's like, and I say, the 3 of you do it. You can split a gold, and if you do a really good job, I'll throw in another gold to split between the 3 of you. Okay, just don't let me down.
They immediately kind of try to push past you and the kids, and they immediately take up positions. 2 of them next to the door, leaning against the wall, and 1 of them leaning against some of the stuff you put in front of the door to keep it locked.
I give them each 10 silver, and say the rest will come after we're done. Okay. And like Cal's just exhausted throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, they nod in agreement. You can do what you if you want to head back up, you can do that.
Yeah, he's gonna go just wander around, try to be useful, rest as well, and probably just spend the night doing that and trying to find some food when it's available.
All right. As you head back up, you start to hear the same complaints, like everybody's starting to get hungry, and a few of the women say, "Well, maybe we could see if there's, maybe we could put out a dinner or something." So 3 of them head down the stairs, and they start to raid the store area. Albus and his kids seem to be in the way, so they back up, and they grab a couple of the other women that were down there, and they start trying to get together some some sort of a meal. But with that, you guys up top there are finished doing as much as you can for her, for Captain Sartell. The doctor looks at you all up there, Elena and Astariel, or sorry, Shuck and Astariel. As well, I'm gonna stay here in this chair, but you all look like you need some rest. She's taking a little time to give you guys some bandages and whatnot as well. So,
on my way out, I want to transform in or shapeshift into like a more motherly visage, less scary,
okay.
and I want to make my way over to where I stashed that little girl.
All right, she is on the next deck down.
They won't let me in.
Huh?
It won't let me take my token over to the next ship.
Something is wrong. You might have to delete your token. See if you can do that.
Yeah.
Why is that doing that? Okay. You make your way down to the lower deck. And this room over here is where you left the child.
If I pass by anyone that looks grieving over their dead, I'll just kind of nod to them and say sorry for your loss.
Sorry, you're very quiet.
I said if I pass by anyone that looks like they're grieving, I'll just give them a solemn nod and say sorry for your loss.
All right. Yeah, there's a couple that are sad. Some are still sad. I mean, it's been less than 8 hours since their planet was destroyed, but yeah, the over here. Over here above you. You walk past the door.
There's no door. Oh, there, I see it now. It wasn't showing up before. I'll walk in and be like, "Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?"
As you walk in, you can definitely see that the child is awake. She was sleeping when you left, but now she's awake, and she does look scared. You can tell just by looking at her, she's not injured, but there's tears in her eyes, and she's obviously been crying for a little bit.
I'll give her a hug and be like, "You're safe now, little one. We got rid of all the bad men, and we will be at a dock very soon. Sorry to have scared you."
It's okay. The bad people are all gone.
Yes, we made short work of them. Now we just have a little bit of repairs on the ship, but we are still well on our way, and you are perfectly safe.
Okay. Kind of sniffles.
I'm gonna pull out some rations and like tap on one of the beds, like, "Come sit, child. You should eat some food and drink some water.
She kind of sits up in the hammock as best she can. She takes what you offer and she kind of starts nibbling a little bit.
You eat all of that, and I've got some more candy.
Candy?
You gotta finish your supper first.
Oh, okay. She continues nibbling. But while you're dealing with her, switch to Stariel. What are you doing now that Captain Sartell is patched up as best she can for right now?
Estariel's pretty hurt herself, so she's probably just gonna go below deck and just find a place to sit down and relax.
Very well. You leave the doctor with Captain, and as you exit, you hear Flapjack in your mind. Sartell, okay?
Yes, Flapjack, I've done the best I can. She should recover soon. Once I regain my energy, I'll be able to do a little bit more.
Good. Rock of Brawl? 2-day maybe. Oh, I forgot. He had a distinguished voice, didn't he?
Yeah, you went full Polly.
2 days, good madam, until we manage to reach Rock of Brawl. Hopefully, she will be good by then.
Thank you, Flapjack. Great to have you here.
Okay, now, you must leave. I must concentrate. And you are a distraction.
Estariel nod and then get on out of there.
Don't forget to close the door on your way. Thank you. Yeah, you can move down to the next ship, or next level. As you start to leave the room, you actually notice six of the women come up with their hands full of food, and they actually go into that area, and they go into a kitchen in the back. You can hear them talking about making dinner up. And the last one shuts the door. Are you able to get yourself down to the next deck, or do I have to pull you down there? I'm not sure.
I think you have to pull me down there.
All right. I have pulled you down there. As you go below deck, you can see that the stars and gases are moving very quickly. You feel the ship is back to full speed. But you make it down to the next level, and you can hear Shuck talking to the small girl inside the room. You also hear more voices coming in from around the corner. And you do hear some voices from the next deck lower as well. Where would you like to go?
I guess I'll go into the main area of the lower deck and join up with Cal and Isfahan here.
All right. Yeah. See, you can see that although there's still sadness in the area, the everyday people, other than one who is openly weeping, seem to be much calmer, and a few of them are trying to console the woman and the child. She's looks like she's crying, but she probably has no idea why. She just knows her mom's crying. She doesn't understand. But in here you see both Isfahan and Cal. Most of his bleeding has stopped, but like he looks a little wobbly on his feet.
I'll greet the Stereo and just kind of welcome them to the party.
Heck of a
And
day.
mention that there's a lot of us, so we're gonna have to prioritize getting to Brawl, I think, as soon as we can.
Agreed. We don't have proper resources up here.
I guess Dariel's lost her voice.
It's been a long day. She's gonna kind of try and climb up onto one of these boxes and sit down.
It's been a crazy long day. Cal will say, and kind of do the same, just kind of posture up between these two trays and again take his sword out and just try to oil it up, clean it up.
All right. Well, as you all try to relax for a little bit, is there anything you guys wish to do with the rest of your day besides eat?
I would like to actively keep an eye out for like a family that's on this boat. Doesn't have to be like two parents, a kid, but like, a parent and a child that that would look suitable for me to offer money to take in this other kid.
Sure. If you want to wander about.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the kid with me if it's not bedtime.
At this point, it's probably about like 8:30.
All right, we'll tuck the kid in and then I'll go search.
Okay. It just so happens as you begin to leave the room, the mother who's been crying walks in with a small child. She looks around and notices most of the hammocks are empty and sees you and she sees another small child. And as she looks at you, she says, "Mind if we take the two next to you and your child?"
Please help yourself. And unfortunately, she's not my child. She lost her parents in the rush to get aboard a ship.
Oh,
I-
I see.
Is it just you and your child?
Um, you were in the fight, right?
Yes. I'm
My
shocked.
my husband was up there. Jebediah.
Jebediah. He was a very brave man, and if it were not for his fearlessness, the ship may not even still be here, and I know for a fact I wouldn't still be here. Your husband, he was a great man. Did you not hear any of that?
No, I did, but it was very quiet. I'm just saying
It's
for future reference. Yeah.
It's because I broke my headset. Kind of the side that has the microphone on it. It doesn't have a cushion for the earpiece anymore, so it's uncomfortable.
All right, no worries. She says, I'm Angie, and this is let's call her Dahlia.
What's the other kid's name?
I don't know. You took a liking to her. You name her.
Her name's Nami.
Nami. All right.
I'm Shuck, and this is Nami.
The little girl kind of like hides behind her mom's leg. Okay, Dahlia, just is it okay if she has the hammock next to Nami?
Why, of course. I'm. I'm. This is a weird thing to ask of you. I'm not in the position really to take care of a child. I am currently enlisted, and once we make dock, I'll be making my way off with my cohorts. I need somebody to either take care of this girl or to make sure she gets somewhere safe where they will put her with trustworthy people. You seem like a good family, and Jebediah was definitely a brave man. So I hate to put this on you, but would you be able to help her out? There would be 2 platinum in it for your family.
I just lost my husband. Can I have a little time to think about it?
Why, of course.
Thank you. I will let you know before we hit Rock of Brawl.
I thank you. I turn to Nami and be like, "Are you going to be okay in here for the night, Nami? Maybe you can get to know Dahlia over there."
She finishes her last bite and kind of nods. But then she looks at you and smiles and puts her hand out.
I spawn some candy in my hand and give her some, and then give some to the mother and be like, "In case you'd like to give some to your daughter too."
She will accept it. Thank you. You are very kind, Chuck.
Thank you. I have some business to attend to. If you guys need anything at all, come find us upstairs.
Very well. The mother, Angie, is going to remain here in the room for the moment.
I'll just make my way up to find everybody.
Up would be yes. Sorry, you were at the right one. So as you exit the room, you can hear. Stop! I'm trying to. You said you wanted to find the rest. I'm directing you that way. As you exit the room, you can hear conversations going on in that area, and you're catching just the last bit of the conversation between Cal, Istariel, and Isfahan.
I won't interrupt.
Yeah, they basically finish up just as you got into the area. Suddenly disappear to now. I just watched your token disappear. There it is.
Oh, but look at there's 2 tokens.
Not on my screen. I only see the one.
I deleted the second one and it deleted both.
It's an issue. It's been going on for a few weeks now. I don't know why. But yeah, they kind of finished their conversation, and as you enter, you see Cal heading over and dealing with his sword, cleaning it up and resharpening it and whatnot. Astariel is sitting on, has gotten up onto these crates, although quite painfully. And Isfahan is sitting on the other side, near some crates as well.
What a mess, guys.
We won.
That we did. It's just unfortunate the people that we lost. There's a family in there who lost their father and husband, and a little girl in there who no longer has either parent.
Yeah.
So it wasn't at a cost.
The captain's out cold. I think our little secret's safe for now, but we're gonna have to figure out a way to get a ship once we get to Brawl as well. I don't think I don't know if we'll be able to stick this one out or not.
You know me. Securing passage on a ship is my forte.
Yeah. Well, I think we can just help them out tomorrow. They might owe us a bit of a favor. We'll get to Brawl, and we can get ourselves out of this mess. Those hopefully we don't run into any more of those high elves. And I kind of look over at Isfahan and say, you know those bunch, or seen anything like that before?"
Well, I've seen astral elves before,
Oh.
but I didn't know the ones that attacked us.
Yeah, meant more like just that style. And like, have we encountered like that? Like, is that common? Are they like pirate types, or is that more unique scenario?
That was definitely part of the Astral Elf Navy. That was, and they were normal Astral Elves. That is, the two Astral Elves are not normal. I mean, Astariel's not normal because she's blue.
Mm-hmm.
And Isfahan is definitely not normal because, I mean, their Astral Elves usually stick to their own. They're, what's the word I'm looking for?
Racist.
Yeah.
Okay, well then rather Cal's gonna just say, well, like that was a close call with that navy. Hopefully we don't run into them before we get back to Brawl.
Yeah, I'm
Is
not
this
sure we can.
Stariel actually blue? I just thought it was the lighting.
The way her her hair, how it's like blue and kind of like the most of them they're blonde, but Astariel is very different for reasons unbeknownst to you.
Okay, weren't you a blue elf last game too?
Astariel?
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said, weren't you a blue elf last game too?
Uh, maybe.
Oh, it's all good. You just got to type.
I have different spells.
But yeah, about this time, these six of them come down and sorry, one of them comes down and says, y'all like to take turns. The dining area is small, but we have something prepared.
Excellent. Cal grabs his stomach and says, "Oh, it's been a long day, eh?" And he chuckles. He will go back down to the group that's watching and check in on them as well, just to make sure all's good.
All
He's
is
keeping
indeed good.
tabs.
Is there anything else y'all would like to do before you guys, settle in for the night after you get some food?
Not for
I'd
Gal.
like to re-summon my familiar, so I don't gotta do it in the morning.
Okay. Cal, Isfahan, Stario, anything?
Replace my missing teeth.
While Estario would love to get together some people and talk about Angarod for a bit, she's just a little too tired and might do that in the morning.
Very well. Yeah. You guys can settle in. You guys get your long rest. You are probably gonna have a watch because half the people that knew how to do shit with the ship, they are dead. So now there's only 2 commoners left, and like you, they've been through a lot, but they don't have your kind of stamina and such.
I only need 4 hours so I can take 2 watches.
Very well. So you guys, relax as best you can, for the evening. Take your meal. You guys get some sleep. Nothing extraordinary happens during the night. The ship doesn't stop. You guys are traveling at a great rate of speed, which you guys would know is about 100 million miles per day.
Nice.
Being on top of the deck looks almost like you're heading into a blizzard, but the snow never touches you. It floats over you. The beauty of the space seems to be almost trance-like, watching all the colorful clouds of gases and elements mix and swirl as you pass them. As you guys are all sleeping, I'm gonna put you up here, Isfahan, as you probably, we'll say you took the last 2 watches.
Okay.
The doctor, you suddenly hear the door open, and the doctor walks out. She's awake. She's asking for one of the people who helped her last night in the fight.
Would qualify. I'll go in.
All right, I'm just moving a bunch of these commoners into like sleeping quarters and shit. Put some in the hay. All right. So, you head in. Doctor follows behind you. She opens her eyes as she hears you walk in, though they are still half shut. So, what did you learn?
Well, we haven't questioned the prisoner yet. We thought we'd wait until you were awake.
Very well. Help me up. Let's get to it.
I'll give her a hand up and help her downstairs.
All right, you guys make your way out. You get all the way down to the bottom level.
Let's start opening. What time is it now?
It's probably just before the ship would start to wake up.
If I wake people up, will I run their long rest?
No.
Then I'd wake up the rest of the party and let them know we're heading down. In case they want to join.
Cal's slow to roll over, but he does want to go, so he makes sure he gets up as fast as he can.
Hey, Shock, make sure you hit that button that says long rest.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I was just
You're
changing
quiet
my
again.
spreadsheet for my. I was changing my spreadsheet for my items.
Okay.
And Cal's gonna try to stop by where the food is to grab some water and food to bring down as well.
The storage area is in here. And the water's right here.
All right, I'm gonna make sure we give this guy some water when we open some stuff up and food.
All right, so you managed to pull this stuff away. You come across the guards, and they're all sleeping on the job, but they're still in the exact same position. You know, they're leaning against the wall or sitting against the wall. But as you guys come down, they awake. Cal, you begin to pull the stuff away and open the door.
I tossed the guys the rest of their silver and one piece of gold, and say, "Good work, boys. Good work." And I step in, and I walk forward, and I put the food down pretty close to him, and take 2 steps back to the side to try to let anyone else in who wants to come in.
Are you all going in? Because Sartell is definitely going in.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll go in as well. I'm trying to, but roll 20 is being weird.
If the room is too small, then I'll transform into a smaller size.
First thing Sartell does as you put the food and water down with this astral elf hogtide, she walks over, picks up the water and food, and puts it in the corner. Nothing until we get our answers.
I will nod and just have a serious look on his face.
She stands off to the side. She looks like she wants to ask something, however, she's still kind of wavery. So she just motions for somebody else to start asking questions.
Why did you attack the ship? Cal will say, with his arms crossed.
Why should I tell you?
Because you like all your appendages attached?
You heard him. You don't really have a lot of options here, but we're giving you a chance. I advise you to take it. Think wisely about your next steps. We ain't some group of spelljammers.
He says, if you want information, I need a deal.
Deal. How about you get to eat and survive, and we get information? Let's start with that.
I prefer to start with you get information, I get food and water. I also get my freedom at the next port.
I think that depends on the value of your information.
Well, it's no secret that our son, Xaryxis, is dying. Been happening for more than a millennia. We're trying to give it back life.
And how exactly are you going about doing that?
I believe that answer has earned me a bite of food and a sip of water.
I look to you guys for your allowance. Acknowledgement, that's the word I was looking for.
Astariel nod her head.
Yeah, so will Kyle.
Seems
Make
reasonable.
it small.
I pull out some
That's
crackers.
crumb worthy.
I walk up to him. In comes the airplane.
He looks very indignant at this, but he does open his mouth.
I give him a little noogie on the head, like, that's a good boy. Doesn't cooperating feel so good? I give him
He
another one.
he takes another one, and before he gets it down, though, he starts to cough. Water, water, water.
I give him a smack on the back.
Yeah, that does nothing except to make his choking worse.
What do you guys think? Has he earned a drop of water?
Sure.
Pour some water in his mouth.
He swallows it. All right. Next question. That will buy me more food and more water.
And if you're really good, I'll give you some candy.
He's not joking.
My face kind of morphs half into another person and they snap around. I never joke. And then it snaps back into like a sweet little lady. We already asked him the next question.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, so I'll ask it again.
I just asked how they're going about bringing back Xerxes.
Well, you just saw it just yesterday, did you not? Vines and astral blights feed on the planet's energy and that of its flora and fauna till your home world has become a dead husk. It does take several months, though most of the people die much quicker than that. The energy from your planet is then transmitted in a single enormous burst of light back to the back to Xaryxis. Sorry, back to my homeworld, where it is then absorbed by our star.
Your people are responsible for the deaths of many. What we saw on the planet earlier today was a disgrace. You should all truly be ashamed of yourself.
He chuckles. You're nothing but specks of dust.
In comes the second airplane.
even more indignant, but he is quite hungry. He will
He wants
open his mouth.
crackers. Give him crackers. I'm gonna get like 3 in my hand and punch him right in the mouth with them.
Yeah, he immediately begins like you mean you're like shoving him directly into his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he immediately begins to choke. And after a few moments, like he's trying to get air, but he can't. Fuck, that hurt.
I dump more water down his mouth.
Fuck, now I'm dying. Oh,
Mad
that was
acting.
oh my god, apparently. He takes the water. But as he does, it doesn't go anywhere. He leans forward and starts gasping for air.
I reach my hand right down his mouth and fucking clear his airway.
Give me a medicine check. You manage to get it. He gasps and finally takes in air. You're not gonna get shit if you kill me, you fucking behemoth.
Cal will look him in the eye and say, "This'll go better if I'm not here. I hope to not see you again." And he walks out the door.
Oh man, he was doing bad cop so well.
So well, he damn near fucking killed him.
Yeah,
Close
that's what
doesn't
bad cop
count.
does, right?
Yeah, and Cal will just stand outside the door.
Since I actually didn't get any water or crackers into my gullet, I believe I am owed. And he opens his mouth.
I want your name first.
Xaryxis.
All right, Thesalys. Here comes another airplane.
He takes crackers, he chews them, opens his mouth for some water.
I oblige.
Who was
Next.
the elf commander that was with you? He looked familiar.
So glad you asked that. Give me a second. Pop your out. Here. I'm gonna go with shit. I'm gonna type this one out for you too.
Blair, do you have a Microsoft subscription?
Why?
Well, so that somebody can make us a shared spreadsheet for characters that we can all add to. You have to have a Microsoft Office subscription, though, to make one.
Or
Google.
you guys could literally just go into the player information area and use the group notes section, the group notes handout.
I think Google Sheets and Google Docs is free with a Google account.
There's literally a under player information. There is a group note section that nobody has used yet.
Didn't know it even existed.
I like Google Docs.
Thelonious Star Song. His name rings familiar with you. Not the first name, but the last name.
That's a pretty common name, I'm sure.
It's the Smith of Astral Elves.
Now that you mention it, he did look an awful lot like you. What is your name?
I'd give that to you, but I'm not the one in prison.
What a coward.
Better to play it safe.
Ah, yes. So, a coward.
You say so.
I think I'd like maybe some apple or some sort of fruit or vegetable.
Wouldn't we all?
And I guess
can
I'm
give-
done answering questions.
Done answering questions? You think you're done answering questions? I thought you wanted to live.
Yes,
To
but
get his freedom. Yeah.
I'm also aware of how much the information I have is worth. And I feel a nice slice of apple would be well worth the information I have.
I say we pitch him over the edge.
I agree. I'm gonna spawn a handful of hard candies, and I'm gonna pick through them and find all the apple flavored ones, and I'm gonna just shove them into his mouth, and then punch him in the solar plex.
Okay. I believe that spell you have, it specifies hard candies, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You slam him into his actually, you know what? He's going to fight back against that. He's going to try and keep his mouth shut. I'm going to say pry somebody's jaw open. You will have to do I'll
No,
give you an
No,
athletics.
I'm not gonna pry his mouth open. I'm gonna fucking plug his nose.
Checkmate.
Sure, you plug his nose.
And I'll wait. I'll sit here.
Okay. He will begin to take a breath in. I need a sleight of hand to see if you can get your hand in his mouth fast enough. He's not just going to keep it open once he gets a fucking breath.
Oh, like my hand is over his mouth, full of candy, like pushing against his mouth and closing his nose with my other hand. So when his mouth opens, the candy's in there.
Okay. Sure. You get half of the candy in your hand. Let's say 4 pieces of candy in his mouth.
I don't remove my hand while I use the other one to punch him in the solar plex.
Okay, I believe you are not good at unarmed strikes, so you will roll me a d20 plus your strength mod.
My strength is -1.
Yeah, you try and punch him, and I mean you do hit him because it's impossible not to. But your hand just kind of glances off him. He sits there with a mouthful of candy. Are you going to try to continue grappling him as he starts reefing away?
Nope.
All right. He just kind of tosses himself back and just spits it all on the ground. He chuckles.
In situations like this, would my clockwork amulet work?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna use it. I was just wondering. I don't know. What do you guys? What's the plan, guys? This guy wants apple, but I don't think there's even apples on this ship.
I question how much information he actually has as a low-level soldier.
Al
Sartell.
steps back into the room and says, "What he's done to the people of that planet is unexcusable. If it comes down to a vote, I say we get rid of him."
I'll second that vote.
Sartell, leaning against the wall. Not until we get the information. And if it is good enough, I hold to my word. Get him a fucking apple.
That's fair. I still vote to throw him off the ship, but I'll respect your wishes and I'll stare him down as I walk away to go get an apple. I bring back like a really crushed apple in my hand. Like I bring it out and I crush it with my fist and I give it to him. Sliced apples. And I drop it. I like hand it to him, all crushed up.
I mean, he's hogtied. He can't fucking hold shit. But
Well, I'll drop it and I'll look to Shuck like feed this foo.
I'll do as he says. I'll pick up the apple, and I'll put it in his mouth, and then smack the bottom of his mouth shut, so his teeth slam together.
yeah, you've pretty much stuck this apple in this crushed apple. There are bits of it that are still like kind of intact. So when you do that, his teeth just kind of stick into the apple, and he kind of like pulls away as you're holding the apple to take a bite.
As soon as I do that, though, and as I see like it's turning into bad cop territory, I'm going to shapeshift into Christian Bale.
You have no idea who Christian Bale is.
No, but you do, and that's what I look like.
Okay. Sure. He's like, oh, one of you. And now he looks, see, give me an insight, Shuck.
Jesus.
I'm going to give you advantage because you've seen this kind of look before. The disdain on his face. He swallows what bit of the apple he has chewed, and then he spits the rest out. I will not be fed by one of your kind.
For a man who's so hungry and letting somebody fly airplanes into his mouth, you sure are picky. You weren't picky 5 minutes ago, just letting your captors fly the little airplane in your mouth.
Ask your next question. Sure.
Sorry, what did you call me?
Creature.
I look to you guys for another question.
How do you unleash this weapon on these planets? What's the mechanism?
He knows the answer. I need a second. Our fleet simply sails outside of a planet and fires these weapons upon it. Simple as that. Most of our fleet is back on the way to Xaryxis space now. We were just left to make progress reports and guard against any unwanted intruders. If you want any more information, however, I will have my freedom at the next port. And I don't mean freedom from my body. As he looks over at you, Isfahan.
I just meant the freedom to enjoy space unencumbered.
I'm trading anything else for my life.
Did anybody search this guy thoroughly?
Yeah.
Y'all did.
Yeah, Cal did. Albus steps into the room. I have a question. Who is the commander of this area, and will he... How could we possibly get to him? Do I have your word that this answer buys my freedom? In the way I mean freedom.
Isfahan puts his right hand behind his back and crosses his fingers.
Elena says, yes. Commander Vale. He answers to admirals higher than him and generals, but he's the commander of this section of the fleet. Get to him, well, your best bet would be wait until they head out on another mission. However, I do not know where that is. But when I have my freedom in the next port, I can tell you how to find that out. Elena nods. We've got what we need. Let's go. He begins to hobble towards the door. What are you all doing?
Cal will slowly leave.
I'll lean into the prisoner, telling him she has to sleep sometime.
He just smiles in response.
I'm just gonna stand here until everybody leaves the room.
Starly, do you stand?
Estariel's just gonna kind of shrug and then walk out.
Once everybody's left the room, I'm gonna pull my whip out of my bag, wrap it around his throat, and if I see a beam above it, swing it over it, and pull him up, get in real close, and say, if you ever speak ill of my kind again, you don't know what I've been through. I will see you fucking hanged. I don't give a shit what they say. I will make it my sole mission to end you and anyone you have ever fucking loved. And as I'm saying that, I'm pulling it higher and higher, and then I drop him.
All right. He's gagging and choking. He's trying to kick his feet, but being hogtied, that's a little difficult. His eyes are starting to bulge. Face starts to turn blue, and then as you drop it, he coughs and gags and tries to get in air. And you see him side-eyeing you, but he doesn't say a word.
He's counts as like a bipedal creature, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna change into him. Be like, you do not want to test my patience. I have been very kind to you, and if it comes to it, I'll slit your fucking throat and take your spot.
Now
then
that
walk out.
scares him. Give me an intimidation advantage. That's scary.
Well, that's fucked. Can I use my pentacle of
I
woe?
said at advantage.
Oh man, it's still too late to use my. It's the clockwork amulet. So I take a 10 as my roll, and then it would add my modifier.
It's an attack roll. Sorry, I didn't realize it was only for attacks.
But I tried to use this in combat, and you told me I couldn't use it.
No, you tried to use it on the ballista. The ballista is the thing making the attack. If you were to use it, say, like on a spell attack or a physical attack, that's when you could use it.
I want to use my inspiration point.
Yeah, sure. As he side eyes you and you transform into his form and you threaten him. He tries to, like, with his hands and legs tied behind him, tries to, like, squirm into the back, and you see that he is fucking terrified.
When we come back in here, when we're close to dock, if you don't have something truly fucking amazing to tell us, I don't care what they say. I'll let them release you. I'll find you, end you, and become you. And then I just walk out.
All right. And with that, door is locked again. However, suddenly you guys feel that the ship slows. Suddenly. And you all know that happens when there is something large near your location.
Head
Oh
up top
boy.
side.
That's not good. We need to keep moving. And Cal also heads up.
You all rush to the upper
Okay.
decks. As you get up to the top, you realize that you are near what is best described as an asteroid field. Yes. Around you on all sides, colossal chunks of rock float in the void. Some of them are overgrown with vegetation, while others are bare stone. Creatures resembling jellyfish and rays glide through the spaces between them. Captain Sartell comes up behind you, as she's still limping. Plenty of place for pirates to hide. I don't really like this. And as if almost on cue, a vessel rounds one of these massive chunks of rock. Its enormous spiral shell merges with an open bow, beneath which long tentacles wave as if caught in an invisible current. Sartell sucks her breath in through her teeth, and whispers, "Fucking mind flayers." And this is where we're going to end the session for the night.
Nice.
Thank God we got a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
rage
need it.
again.
All right, give me a
I can rage again.
I'm going to outro the stream, and I'll be right back, guys.
I need some.
Well, thanks you for coming and hanging out with us today. We are going to see you all in 2 weeks from now for our next episode of Spelljammers Light of Xaryxis. However, I'll let you know what I got coming up. Tomorrow is Friday. I do have a game stream going on tomorrow. Probably Rivals, maybe Tarkov. Depends who's on and what's going on. Saturday, I'm supposed to... I might be on for some games in the afternoon, but I do have a dinner I have to go to, so I will not be streaming Saturday night, or if I am, it will be late. Sunday, we have possibly our last session of Adventures in Wildmount. And then Monday, we'll be running Tarkov for sure with Heavy Metal Sasquatch and your Black Up. And then next Friday, I am starting a new campaign. We have our Session 0 coming up on Friday, next Friday. And we are running Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. I hope y'all can make it. And remember, everybody, be savage or go home. Peace.